What's up, fuckers, and welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K22 Next Gen. Today we're doing the other side of the potential trade between the Utah Jazz and the New York Knicks, that being Donovan Mitchell on the move to New York. Of course, this is still a hypothetical, but today we're going to see what if the Utah Jazz trade Donovan Mitchell, they blow it up, and they go into full rebuild mode. So I gave a lot of my thoughts on this trade when I did it with the New York Knicks side and obviously Donovan Mitchell. I actually put through the same exact trade just so it's kind of even. Again, we don't know what the exact trade would look like. This is a hypothetical. This is pretty much somewhat fair value in my opinion. But again, it's the same one from the previous video that I did with the Knicks, just to make sure it was a little bit even. And finally, of course, a big thank you to you guys. You guys have been commenting tons of video ideas, and I want you guys to continue to do that down below in my comment section. Leave whatever you want to see down below, down there. Of course, we are going to be getting into some more than 3-year rebuilds, so maybe some 5-year rebuilds, some 7 years, maybe even some 10 years. So let me know if you guys do want to see that down below in the comment section. Of course, if you guys are new around here and have not yet, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you could leave a like on this video, that would be awesome. We're on the road to 30K. I do appreciate each and every individual one of you. But the Utah Jazz, man, will they blow it up? Who knows? Today they are. Let's get into it. So I'll quickly show you guys the trade before we do get into the roster and everything like that. It's the same exact one as I mentioned from the video that I did with the New York Knicks and Donovan Mitchell. So, whoops, that's not what I'm looking for. This is the trade. We will go to trades. This is it. I had to break it up into two different trades. It was Donovan Mitchell for Emmanuel Quickly, Evan Fournier, Obi Toppin, Quentin Grimes, the Knicks first in 2023 and 2025. Rudy Gay, this is a separate deal. I'm assuming Rudy Gay could be potentially a piece moved in this deal just so they can offload that contract. It's not a horrible contract. I just don't think Rudy Gay really matches that timeline. The Mavericks first round pick in 2023, and then I tried to get the 2027 pick. I actually might swap that because the Stepien rule can't trade picks in back-to-back years. I believe that's how that works. Again, don't quote me, but it's 2026 pick. It's really not going to affect anything in today's video, so I'll probably just leave it, but that's the trade. That's what we're working with. Obviously, there's some young talent coming back. Evan Fournier is in here to make the money work. And yeah, I think it's going to be something like that if this trade were to happen. Again, I saw that the Knicks said no to giving up like 6 or 7 first-round picks possibly. So that's crazy interesting. But let's take a look at this roster, see how it is currently constructed. I might do something today that I really don't ever do when I do these hypothetical rebuilds. That being maybe making a trade before year number 1. And I only say that because I think there are some guys on this roster that potentially could be moved if they move Donovan Mitchell. I think Mike Conley is definitely one of those guys. I don't really think his age 35 season really matches up with what the Jazz are trying to do right now. I mean, maybe could be a deadline trade as well, but I don't know. I'm either going to trade him or I'm going to go, if it's the right trade. I'm not going to scheme anybody. I'm not going to steal from anybody, but if I find the right trade, I'll move him. Jared Butler here as well, 22 years old, nice young piece. This is where we have a logjam. I also think like somebody like Patrick Beverley will definitely be on the move. Maybe a team like the Lakers could use his services if they go ahead and trade Donovan Mitchell. Again, big if, but yeah, real logjam here at the shooting guard position. I think Jordan Clarkson could be on his way out as well. Just trying to hypothesize, is that a word? Some possibilities. So we'll dive into some trades in a second, but yeah, a lot of options here at the shooting guard spot. The small forward spot's not great. Obviously, Quentin Grimes came over in the trade. It's dependent on if he actually is. I know Cam Reddish was another name potentially thrown around just because he's not really working out in New York. Didn't work out in Atlanta either. Xavier Sneed was on this team before, but Quentin Grimes, only 22 years of age, definitely has the possibility to progress. Probably not into a starter, but potentially a good bench unit piece. Jared Vanderbilt came over in the trade with the Timberwolves for Rudy Gobert. He's probably going to be starting. I think Bojan Bogdanovic is another piece that could be moved if they make the Donovan Mitchell trade. Obi Toppin came over in the deal with the Knicks, obviously, still really young. Was he the 6th overall pick? 8th overall pick, 2020 draft. And then Udoka Azubuike and Walker Kessler. Walker Kessler came over in the deal with the Timberwolves. But we're going to try to find some, maybe not realistic trades. I don't want anybody to think that. This is not a realistic rebuild whatsoever, but I'm going to try to find an appropriate trade, if that makes sense, for a couple of these guys. I'll see you guys with those moves. So we are going to do this trade again, and I don't really think this is realistic, but let me just explain to you why I'm going to do it. I think Miami definitely wants Duncan Robinson's contract off of their books. He's obviously a lot younger than Patrick Beverley, but he's making more money over more years. I think Miami's definitely probably looking to dump that. They get a guy like Patrick Beverley who's on a 1-year deal, can definitely add some defense to this team. Obviously, 2 really solid defensive players in that starting 5 between Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo. Good defensive pieces in there. Well, they got Victor Oladipo. They got Kyle Lowry. So, I mean, there's options here. I don't necessarily think this is 100% a realistic move, but it's one we're going to take today. It's nothing too extreme. We're going to get Duncan Robinson, who's really probably just going to be traded next offseason, but that's the first trade. Again, definitely not the most realistic trade in the world. This is kind of why I don't do realistic rebuilds. You can let me know your thoughts on how realistic these two trades were in the comment section. But Bojan Bogdanovic going over to the Dallas Mavericks for a first-round pick, lottery protected in 2025, along with Davis Bertans. So Bertans obviously not in a great contract. It's probably one that Dallas wants to dump. They got a guy here in Bojan Bogdanovic who can definitely space the floor a little bit, can provide some scoring. It's another option for them, and they gave up a first-round pick in 2025 that really wouldn't have any value anyway. So those are going to be our only two moves that we actually are going to go ahead and make. I think Conley, if we're going to move him, would be around the deadline, but I'll probably just wait till the offseason, so I'm going to go ahead and set the rotation now. Sorry, one more trade. We're going to send Jordan Clarkson and Xavier Sneed over to the Clippers for Robert Covington and a future first-round pick swap with the Thunder. Reason I'm doing this, Jordan Clarkson, obviously the Sixth Man of the Year award winner. He's definitely going to provide some scoring off the bench to this team here in Los Angeles. Again, I have no idea what the rotation would look like between Powell and Leonard, and then if you include Clarkson as well. But the NBA is basically positionless, and I think this team honestly could use some scoring. So that's the move I'm making. Again, I'm not trying to make this a realistic trade. I'm just not trying to blow anybody out of the water and kind of swindle anybody, if you will. But those are the moves. Now I'm going to set the rotation. All right, so we set the rotation. We got everything all set. We are not going to be a good team here in year number one. I don't think that comes to anybody's surprise. That's kind of our goal. Mike Conley is going to start. I thought about starting Jared Butler, but I just feel like Conley would still start on this team. They probably want to boost that value, get him the most minutes, and get whatever they could, hypothetically, at a trade deadline with a team like this. But I'm probably just going to keep Conley because I can probably move him in the offseason. I believe, he has a team option, so I'll get it done there. Emmanuel Quickly, obviously one of the big focal points in the deal with the New York Knicks, going to be starting at shooting guard for us. Excited to have him here. Hopefully he develops super well. Malik Beasley moved into the small forward spot. He actually goes up 2 overalls. He's going to be starting there. Jared Vanderbilt came over in that deal for Rudy Gobert, and then Udoka Azubuike. Our young big man starting at center. The bench unit, Obi Toppin, Jared Butler, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Quentin Grimes, and Walker Kessler. Really young bench. Who's the oldest player on this bench? Is it Obi Toppin? It's Obi Toppin, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. But 24 is the oldest off the bench we really have, and it's besides Mike Conley, it's Beasley's 25. But it's a really, really young team. Unfortunately, guys like Duncan Robinson, Evan Fournier, and Robert Covington really not playing, but it's really not a spot for them on this team. In a realistic rebuild, I'd probably trade them at the deadline or attempt to, but we're not going to do that today. We're just going to let them ride it out here in Utah for year number one. I'll see you guys at the end of first season. To nobody's surprise, we finished dead last here in the Western Conference. Also to nobody's surprise, Luka Doncic wins the MVP award. He's the best thing since sliced bread, according to 2K. Good God. Chet Holmgren, Rookie of the Year, seems to win it every single time. Simmons, let me guess. Giannis? No, Jonathan Isaac. This tends to vary. Emmanuel Quickly wins Most Improved for us. 24 points, 4.5 boards, 4.5 assists. I will take that. That's honestly super solid for me. Nate McMillan, Coach of the Year. Surprised it wasn't Will Hardy. Really was. Let's look at our record. It probably was not too good. Wow, 17-65. I honestly do think that if the Jazz trade Donovan Mitchell and then they trade some of their pieces like Clarkson, Connolly, Bogdanovic, I don't think that being last in the Western Conference is really out of the possibility, just because some of these young teams that suck, have sucked, like the Rockets and the Thunder, and teams like that have really developed and gotten a lot of really star young pieces. So it's definitely a possibility for Utah to be super bad. That being said, they do have a good bunch of role pieces on this team, so who really knows? You can take a look at the stats if you want to. We will sim through that quickly. Probably not going to be winning a championship here in the first year. In some of these rebuilds lately where I've been really, really bad in the first year, I've tended to be really, really bad in the second year as well. I think I'm going to actually take a different approach. I think I'm going to try to be good next year. So what I'm probably going to do is try to really improve this team. Jason Tatum redeems himself from shitting the bed in the NBA Finals, wins the Finals MVP as the Celtics beat the Minnesota Timberwolves in 6 games. Let's hit the draft lottery, see if we potentially got lucky right now. We're probably projected the first overall pick and potentially, oh wait, nope. That's a swap worst. Nope, swap best. Let me double check what that pick is that they got for the Royce O'Neal trade. I know it's via Houston and via Philadelphia somehow, but we're not supposed to have that pick. We end up with 5, and the Rockets got their pick anyway, so that's our only pick. Of course, we fall to 5 every single time. Will Hardy, I'm not going to fire. It was obviously his first year here on a team that was really not very good. He came over from the Celtics assistant staff in the offseason. So we have 5. We also have 17 from the Nets. That's probably more realistic to what it's actually going to be. 19, 22, and 23. So a lot of high first-round picks. Yeah, I've gotten Victor Wembanyama a lot, and honestly, it's either him or Scoot Henderson probably today because those are both positions of need for us. So I'm going to probably move up to number 2. We do have a lot of picks. I might probably try to save at least maybe one other first-round pick, but I'm definitely going to move up to at least 1 or 2. Somehow, some way, the Phoenix Suns have the 2nd overall pick. I'm going to take whichever one of Scoot Henderson or Victor Wembanyama does not get drafted first overall. I'm more than fine with having either of them on this team kind of being a building block for us. So we also keep our number 23 overall pick, so we'll have 2 draft picks in this year's draft, 2023 draft. Let's see who goes number 1 overall. It was Victor, which means Scoot Henderson is officially a member of the Utah Jazz, going to be our starting point guard most likely throughout the entirety of this video. We can see who also is on the board for us here. Chris Livingston goes number 3, Keontae George, Amari Bailey, Derek Lively, Dariq Whitehead. Let's see who's on the board for us here. John Butler, Jaden Bradley, Azolas Tubelis. Again, I'm saying all these guys' names like I have any idea who they are, but yeah, John Butler, good enough for me. No idea who he is. Welcome to the team. Henderson's a 79, Butler's a 74. That's actually not bad. I see he was a 7'1" power forward. My God, Jesus Christ. Team player options. This is where it's going to get interesting. I'm going to bring everybody back. This is not a realistic rebuild at all, so we're going to get into some trades right now. Some trades that are really probably going to be needed. Both of these guys are going to get their qualifying offers. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, $7 million might be a bit much for his, the minutes and the contribution that he would have off the bench, at least in this game, but I'm fine with it for now. We do have bird rights on Nickeil as well. So we might try to sign one of these star free agents. Let me get into my explanation on the ones that I will and will not sign. It's pretty obvious. Guys like Bradley Beal have contract extensions. He really wouldn't be here hypothetically, so he's kind of off limits right now. But somebody maybe like a Tyler Hero or a Kristaps Porzingis or a Vucevic. Again, I'm not saying I'm signing these players. I'm just saying they are potentially available if I want to go out and try to get them. But Mike Conley's definitely getting traded. I'll see you guys with that trade. Here's the trade. It's going to be coming with the Houston Rockets. Mike Conley and Udoka Azubuike heading over there for Alperen Şengün and a first-round pick in 2024. Reason I'm doing this, Azubuike did play well for us as our starting center. He's an expiring contract. Probably wasn't going to give him the money that he really wanted. Şengün has another year of team control, and honestly, he's a higher overall. I'm happy to have him here. We also get a first-round pick from Brooklyn in 2024. So he could be our starting center moving forward. That's not 100%. I'll also be fine with him coming off the bench. It all really depends how we work out all the rest of the trades. So I'm going to make a couple more trades. Looks like Jared Vanderbilt is extremely pissed, along with Evan Fournier and Duncan Robinson, who are both going to move as well, along with Covington and Bertans. We have a lot of bad contracts. Thank God this is not realistic. I'll do Covington for first-round picks. Again, I'm just going to kind of fire these off rapid fire just because I'm not looking for anything serious right now. I will say while I'm doing this and trading all these bad contracts, this is one of the things I touched on in yesterday's video. I was saying a lot that, obviously bad contracts, like in Evan Fournier's, like somebody like Duncan Robinson here, or like a Russell Westbrook, or pre-John Wall buyout. Like, you know what I'm saying? All these bad contracts that are basically untradeable. I wish they would add an element to 2K, like how you have to do in real life. You probably have to throw in a first-round pick or young player if you want to get rid of the contract. Like, I don't think that's necessarily that crazy, and it really shouldn't be too hard to add, or like a Davis Bertans. Like, there's no reason I should be getting like a first-round pick for this. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they're going to make the trade fine or absolutely perfect, but that would be one cool, fun element I think they could add, along with players not being so bitchy. But I'll see you guys with whatever our next move is. We're making our big splash in free agency, signing Kristaps Porzingis. Is he going to lead this team to a championship? No, but he does significantly improve the team in the offseason. So that's what I was looking for. I didn't want another year completely sucking. I'm trying not to be at the bottom of the Western Conference next year at least. So he's going to be our starting center for next year. We're going to have Şengün as his backup, which means Walker Kessler is now available. I also tried to change some things on Jared Vanderbilt. Somebody in my comment section yesterday said edit his morale. I honestly don't even know where that is. Is it in tendencies or attributes? I couldn't find it. If somebody knows, let me know in the comment section. But he's still all pissed. But yeah, we're not done making trades. I think Henderson and Quickly are definitely going to be our backcourt. Probably going to get a new power forward also just because he is an expiring contract after this year. Probably wasn't going to pay him much money anyways. And I'm also still a little iffy on Malik Beasley because I do like Quentin Grimes. I like Quentin Grimes. So, new small forward, new power forward, definitely potentials. I'll see you guys when we find a trade. So I did this a couple videos ago, and honestly, it wasn't a bad move. I'm going to pick up Ben Simmons. He's going to start at either the small forward or power forward spot for me. Probably small forward for now, just because I think it's probably a little easier to get a power forward. And he actually is a little bit of a higher overall. So, shooting does kind of suck having him on the team. I mean, I don't know. What's his three-point shot? An edge is just a straight F. Yeah. Or no, it's a D+. Mid-range is an F. Obviously, he's not on this team to really be the be-all, end-all, but he definitely significantly improves this, the team. I think the Ben Simmons slander got a little bit out of hand. I mean, I kind of contributed to it a lot, just me personally, but I know everybody slanders him. But I'm excited to see Ben Simmons and what he can do this upcoming season. I'm not trading him. I'm either going to sign, probably. Do I have any money now? Yeah, I'm probably out of money, really. What do we want to do right now? Let's see how this team is looking right now. I picked up Taurean Prince as well. I think Taurean Prince and maybe Walker Kessler are going to get me either a small forward or a power forward, and I'll see you guys with that move. For some reason, Scotty Barnes is somebody that I've been somewhat able to trade for actually pretty easily. in the past, so I'd be willing to give up pretty much 4 first-round picks if you want. Unfortunately, I can't include somebody like a Walker Kessler just because it's too much money. So, yeah, I'd like to have Scotty Barnes, and now we have Scotty Barnes. So, the shooting on this team is not going to be great. I think Scotty Barnes in this game actually has like a B-3, which actually isn't horrible. Oh, wait, I got to go to Trade Finder. Actually isn't horrible, but, yeah, he's got a B-3. So, the shooting's not going to be great. It's just kind of the way it is. If this was, a realistic or like a real life rebuild, if you will, I would never put a team or starting 5 like this on the floor together. But fortunately, this is 2K. It really shouldn't matter that much. So this is going to be a 10-man rotation. I also included Obi Toppin. I really didn't justify that because he was an expiring contract. Wasn't going to pay him. We just drafted a 7'1" backup power forward with John Butler, who's 74 overall. So the overall difference isn't even that crazy. So yeah, Walker Kessler is probably going to get moved now for either a shooting guard or a point guard, and then we will sign the other one. And this team has significantly got better, and I kind of like this approach where we really don't have to worry about it too much going into the final season and too much, not a ton of pressure. Teo Malton's an expiring contract. How's he been playing? 7, 2.5, and 3.5. It's not horrible. I'd like to see if I can maybe get a little bit better. Like how about like Cameron Payne? Honestly, not that bad. He's just a little bit on the older side at 28. I'm not looking for somebody who's super young. Ochai Agbaji just hasn't really played at all. I don't want to bring back Clarkson either, even though he'd probably contribute significantly off the bench. But it's either going to be Malden or it's going to be, who am I blanking on? Cameron Payne. You know what? Let's just bring back Cameron Payne. He's probably a rental anyways, but he's good enough to be the backup to Scoot Henderson. Probably not going to play a ton of minutes. But we will now sign a backup shooting guard. I'm not going to bring back Pat Beverly, but I'll sign somebody like Seth Curry. Definitely could use his shooting off the bench. Oh, wait. We have Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I'm dumb. I'm really, really dumb. Okay. Sorry, Seth. I would have loved your... Oh, we had Jared Butler. How dumb am I? Well... I'm really dumb, actually. I will wait on the qualifying offers for both those guys. Actually, I can pay Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Wow, I forgot all about those guys. And now I don't need Cameron Payne. So I gave up a young center and Walker Kessler for nothing. But maybe we can get a first-round pick for Cameron Payne here. My bad. Completely didn't even realize. I'm sure I have some comments already. And honestly, I kind of deserve them. So anybody want to give me a pick of some sort? No. He's only making $6 million. First round pick in Tyler Cook, and then I'll trade Tyler Cook for another pick. That's fine. My bad. I screwed that one up. I wasn't even thinking. First round pick here from the Cavs. So we're going to get Jared Butler back as well, and then we'll have a rotation going forward. I'll see you guys at the start of year number 2. So it was a pretty quick turnaround for us here in Utah in year number 2. It was one offseason, and this is how the starting 5 is now looking. We actually only have one returning starter from last year. It's Immanuel Quickley. He was our leading scorer, potentially even our best player. I'm excited to have him here along with the rest of the new starting 5. So Scoot Henderson, our number 2 overall draft pick. Immanuel Quickley returns. We have Ben Simmons, who I call Brickleberry. He develops super well. He plays super well in this game. I like him. I think especially with his defense here is going to be great, especially with Immanuel Quickley, who's a little undersized. Actually, he's 6'3". I thought he was like 6'1". Never mind. Scotty Barnes in here, who for some reason is way too easy to trade for. I'm going to probably do that more often. Then we signed Kristaps Porzingis. We paid him a lot of money. He's obviously... It's Kristaps Porzingis. You know what you're going to get out of him, but he's an 88 overall. Bench unit. Quentin Grimes remains the 6th man, or not remains. He is the 6th man, followed by Alperen Şengün, Jared Butler, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who I low-key just forgot about, but we have both of them back. And then John Butler, who was our number, 23 overall pick? Yeah, he's our backup power forward. I'll see you guys at the end of year number 2, hopefully in the playoffs. Year number 2 is over. We are a 2 seed here in the Western Conference, to my surprise. I thought we would be in the playoffs. I thought we'd be closer to the play-in than the top of the West, but I'll take it. Another shocker. Luka Doncic, your MVP. Victor Wembanyama, your Rookie of the Year. Would have been cool if Scoot Henderson could have won it. I'm sure he was still super solid. Markelle Fultz, 6th man. Anthony Davis, Defensive Player of the Year. Chet Holmgren, Most Improved. And Jason Kidd, your Coach of the Year. Dallas Mavericks are very good, and we're not even counting the New Orleans Pelicans, who are right behind us. But we went 60 games. Wow. I did not think this was a 60-win team. I'm happy with it, though. Quickly still led us in scoring. Then it was Porzingis, Henderson, Simmons, Scotty Barnes. So I guess, honestly... Like, when I sit back and look at this, I don't know enough about Scoot Henderson to know if he'll ever be... I mean, he's projected to be a top 3 pick, so he'll probably be a 20-plus point per game scorer. I don't really know anything about him. Simmons probably never going to be a 20-plus point per game scorer. Porzingis, he was in New York, right? And in Dallas. Especially this 17-18 year in New York was insane. I mean, I don't know, man. Kristaps Porzingis had an interesting career. Scotty Barnes, the potential's there. I think he's probably going to hover more around 17, 18, but we'll see. But yeah, Manu quickly led us some points. Rebounds was Porzingis and assists was Simmons. So we're going to sim the plan. See who we got in the first round. It's going to be the Portland Trailblazers. Damian Lillard, Shaedon Sharpe, Nasir Little, Xavier Tillman, Yusuf Nurkic, Anthony Simons, Baisley, Trenton Wofford. Good team there in Portland. Obviously, Dame did not run from the grind. He is going to be a Trailblazer for 90%, I would assume, the rest of his career, unless he somehow requests a trade or they move on from him, but I just don't see it happening. Here come the Pelicans and Mr. Zion Williamson, who I am absolutely terrified of. Here we go, man. Wouldn't be shocked if we lost to them. I really wouldn't, just because of Zion. Yep, there it is. And there it is. We lose in 5 games. Anybody surprised? Because I'm not. Celtics go back-to-back. This time it is Jaylen Brown as your finals MVP. Hey, man, I can't win the finals. My Celtics do. I'll take it. Let's hit the draft lottery. We did trade a lot of our picks. We might still have 1 or 2 in the lottery. I'm not really 100% sure. It doesn't really look like it. So let's just sim. And of course, yeah, no, because the Pelicans, yeah, that's what they need right now. They need a number 1 overall pick. It's exactly what they need. Will Hardy had quite the turnaround with his team. I'm not going to fire him. Is he the best head coach? No, but I'm fine with him. We do have the 19th overall pick. I'll draft somebody. I don't know if I'm going to play them or not, or even use them. If not anything, they'll maybe be in a trade. Daryl Ryder, Nico Debonovic, Sylvester O'Neal. I don't know who these players are. Who's the most fun name here? Bert. Who the fuck names their kid Bert? Irvin Johnston. Yep, there it is. There it is. Dick Towns, welcome to the team. It's not my first time I've drafted him. I want to do a rebuild with him, but I can't title it like the Dick Towns rebuild. YouTube will kill me. Barnes, Sengun, and Grimes all going to be coming back to this team, qualifying quickly, and Jared Butler both going to be getting those as well. I like Emmanuel Quickly a lot. I'm not 100% sold on him. I mean, I know that's weird to say. Actually, I'm going to give him a real contract. I know that's weird to say after he's potentially probably been one of our best players. He's obviously led the team in scoring for the 2 seasons that I've had him. I don't know, though, man. I don't know. Because, I'm not moving either of these 2 guys. Maybe can move Simmons, probably not. And I think Scoot Henderson's going to continue to progress. I'm not saying I'm trading quickly. I'm just saying it's a possibility. So don't get your panties in a twist if you see me trade him. I warned you. But, again, nothing's 100%. So I'm going to wait for both of those guys to either get contracts from another team or, I'll give them real contracts now. This is a fun free agency class. Unfortunately, a lot of those guys I couldn't even sign anyways because they have extensions in real life. All right, Quickly and Jared Butler both going to be coming back for this team for now. I'm going to glance at trade offers. Nothing's 100%. I'll see you guys with a move no matter what it is. Holy fuck, we just traded for Devin Booker. Oh, man, I gave them a lot, didn't I? I did not think that was going to go through. Holy shit. So I traded Emmanuel Quickly, long story short. We got Devin Booker. That was the trade. I'm sorry I traded Dick Towns. I just kind of threw him in. I really did not think that was going to happen. Holy fuck. Okay, well, Devin Booker's officially on this team. Nickeil Alexander-Walker is now going to get traded for either a small forward or a center. I mean, my God almighty, I did not think that was going to go through. Holy fuck. Yeah, we got our star, I would say. That's that kind of goes without being said. Do I want like a Rashawn Holmes? 7 and 6 isn't bad. If there's no other better options, I'll probably do that. That or a shooting guard, and I'm not really seeing a ton of shooting guards here. So Rashawn Holmes, welcome to the team. Going to be our new backup center, and then the backup small. Oh, I was looking for a small forward. I'm fucking dumb as bricks. It's not even funny. Bogdanovich is going to actually be my backup small forward. He can actually probably go up overalls at small forward. And he does. All right, we improved this team. I'll see you guys at the start of the 3rd and final year. All right, so year number 3, the 3rd and final season, we made a trade for a star in the offseason, that being Devin Booker. I liked Emmanuel Quickly a lot. I just didn't think he was going to be the shooting guard that was going to lead us to a championship. So here's how it's going to look. Scoot Henderson, Devin Booker, Ben Simmons, Scotty Barnes, Kristaps Porzingis. Wow. Bench unit, Bogdanovich, Rashawn Holmes, Jared Butler, and John Butler. 2 J Butlers right here. That's funny. I didn't realize that. But, yeah, this team's insane. We were a 2 seed last year. We got better. I'll see you guys at the end of the 3rd and final year. Darius Garland wins the MVP award here at the end of year number 3. We are the 1 seed here in the Western Conference. Awesome. We're also 1 in the power rankings. Ron Holland, Rookie of the Year in Chicago. Jaden Ivey, 6th Man of the Year. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Defensive Player of the Year. Amari Bailey, Most Improved. Will Hardy wins Coach of the Year. As we do go 62 and at 20. I am still scared of, the Pelicans who are right behind us. But at least at a minimum, we will see them in the Western Finals. Devin Booker led us in scoring. Scoot Henderson, Kristaps Porzingis, Scotty Barnes, Ben Simmons, Jared Butler, Bogdanovich, John Butler, Rashawn Holmes, Zeno House down there as well. Rebounds per game was Tingus Pingus, and assists Scoot Henderson. All right, let's sim the play-in. We got the Memphis Grizzlies. How, you might ask? I have no idea. This always happens when I'm a 1 seed. I always play a team that just has absolutely no business being in the play-in. Like, they're just never an 8 seed. Like, this Memphis team, way too good to be an 8 seed. I thought I was about to lose. I'm not even... Oh, I did not mean to do that. I'm not even bullshitting you. Let's take a look at the Thunder. Shea, Giddey, Usman Jang, Omaha Billu, Chet Holmgren. This is a team I'm much more confident I can beat, and I sweep them. And wow, the Rockets beat the Pelicans in 5. KPJ, Jalen Green, DeMar DeRozan, Jabari... Oh, Karl Anthony Towns. My God almighty, that team scares the shit out of me. You should be like a 2 or a 3 seed, not a 6 seed. We're up 3-0 though. 3-1, and no, we're not doing this 2K. We're in the finals. Kyrie Irving, Cam Thomas, Javante Taylor, Kevin Durant, Deron Sharp. If I'm being completely honest with you, I almost tried to trade for Kyrie. I didn't do it. I obviously got Devin Booker, who's an upgrade, but looks like we're going to be winning a championship. I've been on a cold streak of just not winning championships in my rebuild, and I'm really happy we won one today. We obviously avoided the Pelicans, which was pretty big in the final season. Scoot Henderson, at the age of 21, winning finals MVP on a really talented team. Nonetheless, we do win a championship, though. I'm super excited about this one. I thought this one came out great. I had a ton of fun with this one, honestly. Hopefully you guys enjoyed as well. If you did, leave a like down below. It'd be greatly appreciated. Of course, if you have not yet, do me a quick favor. Hit that subscribe button as well. As always, leave any other video ideas down below in the comment section. Oh boy, this was a fun one. Let me know your thoughts on the Donovan Mitchell situation. If you guys think they could possibly trade him and anything like that. Hopefully this offseason does heat up again. You love to see it. As always, sorry this was also a long video. I know some of you enjoy long videos, some of you don't, but it was a long one. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.